Imagine you're sitting on the grass on a sunny day, enjoying yourself, being soaked in the sunlight. And suddenly on your hand lands a butterfly. It's so tender, it's so gentle. It's just there, you know. It's not doing anything, it doesn't want anything. It just landed to rest and to be with you, to share the being. And if you remain as you are, simply being there and sharing the being, the moment with this other being, which is so soft, tiny and tender, gentle and sensitive. The butterfly is free to stay or leave. Most likely it won't be disturbed and it will stay with you. But if you start imagining, it's a butterfly, wow, I should take my phone and take a photo, or oh my god, I wish it to stay with me forever, or I shouldn't move now, otherwise it will leave, or oh my god, maybe if I start like moving my hand and in this way and bring a little flower to it, it will like it more, so it can stay with me longer. And the moment you started figuring out, the moment you even said, wow, there is a butterfly, the magic ended. That's it. The moment is disturbed by the story, by you trying to change the moment, by you trying to assign the meaning to the moment, by you thinking about the next, trying to hold on to butterfly, to not disturb it, to make it stay. Or maybe you'll be like, oh, I didn't want it to touch me, and that's it. The moment you do anything about this moment and this beautiful miracle that unfolded with your personality, with your mind, you create separation. Do you see? Suddenly your mind creates, there is a me and there is a butterfly. And suddenly there is two, there is other, and there is something doing to another thing. Holding on to it, trying to please it, trying to not disturb it, trying to call it, it's a miracle, hallelujah, or go away, I don't like butterflies, anything of that is suffering. The moment you start doing that, it's suffering. You wear the suit of I'm the person now, and there is I, and there is this moment around me. Oh, suddenly there is a sun shines, and the sun, suddenly there is earth, suddenly there is nature, suddenly everything is separate. Before you were just being. Before you were a totality. Now you are a totality still. You just started dreaming that you fell out of grace, that you started imagining separation. You started imagining there is a miracle, there is no miracle, there is I, there is butterfly, a story. This is dreaming, 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 dreaming. Being, all there is, love, enjoyment, the beauty unfolds, and dreaming. dreaming separate I into existence. And what is that other than a train of thoughts? You take the train, as soon as you pop the bubble, you are where you were. You never moved. So the being never moved. You never fell out of being. So this metaphor is for anyone trying to be trying to be their self, trying not to be the separate self, holding on to experience, wonderful experience, trying to avoid the not so wonderful experience, assigning meanings to any experience. Close the gap. Close the gap. Namaste. Close the gap between you and everything around you. Between you and what's unfolding in this moment. Between you and totality. Between you and God. Between you and a thought. And there is no thought then. Close the gap between higher self and separate self. Close the gap between this moment, now moment, and the observer of this, or experiencer of the moment. Close the gap means stop dreaming that there is a gap, that there was ever a gap. There was never a gap in your being. You never not have been. You've always been being. And the consciousness arose in you, the waking consciousness in the morning. It's like the sun rises in you, in the totality of being. So, how to connect to the heart, how to be the self, how to not be the separate self, how to be happy, how to not suffer, how. Stop asking questions. Be the answer. There is no how, because any trying or doing only takes you further from being. As soon as you move, as soon as you try to think there is a butterfly, it's gone, it's over, the magic is over, and you are under the spell of illusion, of being a separate I, an individual that has never been. But how to create relationships, but how to navigate the daily life, but how to be the being when I'm in my daily job, but how I love you so much. There is no you and I. Love is love. So within the being, everything you need to know comes to you. Everything you need arises. I love Nisargadatta's saying, someone asked how to provide for living when just being the self. And he said, you know what? When you stop asking for what you don't need, everything you do need will be provided automatically. When you stop asking for what you don't need. He meant all the dreaming I wishes and hopes for some happiness in the external objects. Stop asking from the ego and everything that's needed for your heart to be. It's there. It's within you. Because nothing is separate from you. And as soon as you pop the bubble out of dreaming, drop from the train of thoughts. You've now left the being. There it is. So here comes the loops and suggestions, traces of memories. Some event happens, or some person appears, and it triggers a response or pattern that your mind is like, oh, it's like in the past. I know this pattern. It's happened before. Or it's like in my childhood. And your whole body is like into defense mode. And there is invitation. Are you gonna eat this cake? Bite it? There's invitation. A ghost of the past. It's called the invitation. Ghost appeared. And this ghost contains the separate I idea in it. Because memory is an idea. Memory is a thought also. Memory is an appearance. Everything that is appearing is not you. So here comes the invitation. I'm broken. I need to heal. It's like in my past. I keep attracting this. Do you see? As soon as you see that it's a trace of the mind, this ghost is no more. And reality is as it is. It's impersonal, nothing special. No one special there. There are no special connections. There are no special people. Everything is impersonal. Absolutely, totally. Specialties, relationships, personalities, all of that is mind. All of that is dreaming. All of that is separate self that is created based on the memory and train of thoughts and ideas and reactions stored within the body and mind memories. But the mind and the body together is a bundle with the memory, which you call I. All of that is observable. All of that is observable. But by something that cannot be observed, by beingness. Within the beingness appears this duality and display, and human that is speaking even to you now, appearance. Every moment, and you can go into those loops and try to heal something and rescue someone from the past and forgive. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You reprogram the mind, but know that work, if you do that, it's working on, like on a sculpture. You don't think sculpture is you, right? You just keep removing what's not true and bringing the truth, the light, the love into what's appearing with your consciousness. Here's invitation. I'm broken. It's like in the past. And you're like, I don't buy that cake. Love. Unconditional love. Everything is accepted. There is no I. If there is no I, there is zero. So invitation cannot stick to the zero. If there is I, it's like a stick. Everything sticks to the stick. Like a Christmas tree, it builds up. If you remain the zero, the eye of the storm, any invitation, smoke. And love is ever pervading. And that's how the ultimate healing happens in the body mind also. Any real healing modality worthy, it brings the consciousness, the God, the spirit into the wound. It doesn't go into the wound and tries to, let's talk about the wound. No, it sees something Dying flower, it waters it. It waters it with living water, gives it sunshine, it truth, light, love, and maybe plant will recover. But it doesn't take itself to be the plant. So the body is the plant, the mind is the plant. Take care of it. The living situation, environment, water it. But don't buy it, going on a loop of trying to hold on to the butterfly, to get rid of the butterfly, or even call something. Oh my God, there is a butterfly, divine synchronicity. That's a beautiful story. But it's just a story. If you just take everything lightly, yeah, nothing sticks. Nothing sticks. And no problem. So, there is a perfection within and every moment that is beyond our understanding. It does not need understanding. The moment you try to understand the self, you lose the magic. You lose the self and you start dreaming. Starve the mind and all its questions and drawn in the totality of being that does not have any questions, that just is. And don't buy those invitations. Maybe that's what was meant by eating the apple. Biting the apple of self-knowledge. And falling out of Eden. Maybe that was the metaphor. Perfect, perfect, perfect.